Hello, everybody. Anish Majumdar here, career coach to the fiercely ambitious. I wanted to dash off a quick video for all of you who are, dealing with all of the ramifications of this, right? What's going to happen in the next few weeks? What's going to happen in the next few months? How am I going to handle my working situation, right? How am I going to handle family situation and life situations? My wife and I, we've got 3 kids. It's a moving target right now, never more than now, right? And in the midst of this, what can often get lost is your career and where that's going. And so let me be very clear. Coronavirus is not an excuse for you to tap out, okay? I know that that's going to be the most common thing. People who were already dealing with issues on the career side, they're going to use this as the latest circumstance. They're going to use this as the ultimate form of Christmas break. What happens in Christmas break, guys? Does the world stop turning? Do deals stop being negotiated? Do jobs stop being created? And do jobs stop being filled? No, absolutely not. But we all, especially when we would rather not be searching for a job or rather not be working to advance ourselves because we don't exactly know, there's a lot of unknowns there, we give ourselves that out. Oh, it's Christmas. Oh, it's the coronavirus. No one's hiring. Yeah, of course. Life just stops, right? Don't fall for that. Yes, your tactics should change. Your approach should change based on this situation. But your urgency in terms of moving forward should not drop off one iota. And in fact, I'm going to send the invitation out to you right now to understand that if one of the things that really brought you down leading up to this was how much noise there was out there, how much competition there was out there, guess what? If you don't check out now, if you don't use this as an excuse to contract and retreat, but you use this as a situation to step forward, you're going to find unbelievable access to things right now, okay? So let's go through a couple of ways that you can advance your career when you're going through a period of self-quarantine related to this, right? What are some things you can do? Number 1, all right? So easy to miss, so valuable in a time like this. Okay, when you're running around, right, you've got a job, you're dealing with your boss, you're dealing with all of that, then you're moving into life, then you're moving into all the other interests that you have. Life moves at a particular pace. The kind of life that we live doesn't really allow for much debriefing. It doesn't really allow for much reflection. And yet, if you're serious about seriously up-leveling your career, debriefing, reflection, and then applying the insights of that reflection is crucial. You can't just work your way up there because your perspective hasn't shifted. Your perceived value and how you approach these situations has not shifted. You're still back there even though your experience is up here, right? So if you're dealing with a situation like that, now is the perfect time to gain a fuller picture of what you do, right? I want you to sit down and I want you to start by writing out every major accomplishment and success that you're proud of over the last one, and if you've been running for several years, that whole span, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Write down every major achievement at every major role that you've had. Write down all of your current responsibilities right now, okay? And don't just stop with what would be in a job posting. I want you to really push yourself to really get it all out there. Get the full scope of what you currently do. And ask yourself, how does this exceed the limits of what someone would expect? That's a clear sign, by the way, that you're undervalued and you're ready to step up. And number 2, gain a full picture of every success that you should be proud of. Not just in terms of hiring, guys. Hiring is this much of your total worth. You are this, you are epic. But someone has to have that awareness. If you don't, no one will ever give it to you. Now is the time to really seriously debrief. Open it up. Okay, go through everything there, right? And I want you to write down these successes. I want you to write down the major responsibilities, all of them. And then I want you to take that sort of as is, what's happened so far. And I want you to extrapolate that out in terms of where you want to go, right? Now that you see the full journey, is it really a case of like 3 or 4 years before you are ready for the C-suite? Or is it now? Now that you see this, is it really 175, 190, 300, 325,000 that's your target? Or is it 500,000 plus? looking at it in this way is going to remove a lot of symptomatic issues that people who don't do that will just run into when it comes to their next thing. And that's a big, big problem. So now's the time to really gain a fuller picture of that journey. Be really diligent about that, because now you have the time. And now it's no longer about chasing 100 different quote unquote important things or 100 different urgent things and not doing the one truly important one. This is one of those important ones. So sit down and make sure that you do that. Number 2, okay? Now is a great time, with you being at home, with you not having to deal with a lot of the time sucks that come with our normal day, to think about training, but don't think of it non-creatively. I want you to think of it the way that Scott Adams, who's the creator of Dilbert, thinks about it, which is how creatively can you diversify your talent stack, okay? So what does that mean? If you are in sales and you're a sales and business development expert, what is a skill, something you can learn? And a lot of the teaching programs, online learning universities, they're never going to be cheaper than now. In fact, a lot of them are free. So you have no excuse, okay? All you have to do is invest a little bit of time, and you've got that now, okay? So I want you to ask yourself, okay? Number 1, what would be the most creative new skill sets that I can take on that would lend amazing strength to the whole, right? What are things that I'm not thinking of, right? If you're in tech, don't think about another tech skill. Think about a human skill. Think about a financial skill. Think about a management skill. Think about a leadership skill, right? What would be things that you could do that would quickly add facets to what you can bring, okay? Non-obvious. What are things that you can get up to speed on right now that would really lend a fresh perspective there? One example is this, okay? Let's say I'm a chief financial officer, right? And my quote unquote competition is all these other people who have similar backgrounds. But I took the time to understand human dynamics at a different level. I took the time to understand emotional intelligence at a different level. I took the time to understand personality types and management at a different level. Now, my people skills are so much stronger. I've got a whole different facet that I can interact with on, and by extension, I am more than just a CFO, right? I am truly a business partner who can advise now on this and see what I do also through that perspective. This is a creative application, and the more creative you get, the more radically your value can increase in terms of the way forward, okay? So now is the time to diversify that talent stack. And the third one I've got for you, okay? And obviously, just to reiterate, gain a fuller picture of your journey, right? Habitualize, diversify your training stack, and I would say make it a habit. In other words, set an hour for yourself every day, Monday through Friday, okay? An hour. During that time, you're learning something. That way, the time is already there, right? It's like the working out time. You know, what they say is, if you hate working out, just set the appointment to go to the gym every day. You don't even have to work out, but just being there and getting the habit of being there, eventually you will, right? So set out that time first, and then think about how creatively you can do it. And if you're currently in active job search mode, if you're currently looking to get it up, my third piece of advice is now is the time to master engagement, specifically on LinkedIn. Okay, now is the time to get an understanding of what kind of messages can I put out there that are going to activate my network in the right way. What kind of messages can I send that will bolster my standing and credibility? One tip I have for you is share the learning journey. If you're spending time being abreast of what's going on and learning just what's going on in your industry anyway, why not dual purpose that time and have your LinkedIn account set up to something like Hootsuite or Buffer and fill up the posts for this coming week. You know, you can do it all in one and then just check in as engagement happens, right? But the more of that you do, you're going to see ripple effects across everything. More people are going to get back to you. More people are going to schedule interviews with you. More recruiters are going to reach out to you with opportunities. It's massive, the payoff, and none of that has to do with creating viral posts or becoming an influencer, okay? It's just about getting the word out, getting your voice out, and getting people that you already know specifically LinkedIn, first degree connections, getting them knowing, liking, and trusting you in a deeper way. You could master that right now so that when things get way back into full swing, you have this massive ever-present asset that is generating incoming flow for you, okay? So really think about that as well, okay? Now is the time to look hard at that engagement piece. Now, for those of you, I did mention being in active job search mode. For those of you who are like, look, I got to get hard on this, right? I got to make sure that no matter what comes down the pipe, whether it's a zombie apocalypse or just, we're sitting on our heels for a couple of days and then we're back with even greater urgency, know that now is the time. Now is the time. Okay? In a downswing like this, the pain that you solve has never been more clear. Okay? And if you need direct, deep assistance with that, one recommendation I have, go on over to my website, helloanish.com, HELLOANISH.com. Go over there. I have a masterclass right there that you can take that is going to give you really deep information that'll allow you to take what I've been teaching you here, sink it into a deeper level, and start seeing some results. You can make this happen right now. Do not believe the hype and the negative voices out there. If it wasn't coronavirus for them, it would have been something else. Okay, so return to this video, go through these steps, helloanish.com for the in-depth masterclass, get on that, and I am celebrating you. I am celebrating your amazing journey, okay? I hope that this year gives you everything and more than you could have ever wanted, all right? I'll talk to you guys soon.